Round 2 of 7 by 7. Here it is. This was the thing that didn't work yesterday. So, just to show you, if I right-click on this, or if I click on this, I invoke quick drop. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to actually open up, this is the configuration window. This shows all of the ones I've configured so far. Actually, no, this is the configuration window. So you can go in, select any VI from anywhere you want, pick whatever letter shortcut you want, if you want it to run the shift behavior or not, and it will save that. Then, later on, if I come in here, I didn't write these quick drops, I got them from someone else. So I do control space, I do BW, I don't know why I assigned it for that. It's labeling the wire, I don't know where the B came from. And then I do control Z, and it puts in the wire. Here's another one where all of my cases are out of order, and I select it, and I do control space, and I do alphabet case structure, that's why I named it that, and then do control Z, and now there it is, it's alphabetized. Okay, so that was the demo that I couldn't get working. Lesson learned is always push your source code from your desktop to your laptop, and always check things out, because I had so many other presentations, I didn't check this one out as thoroughly as I thought I had, and when I went and looked at it, I didn't have the fixes. All right, so now to round 2, the actual 7 by 7 I was going to give you today. Automating your IDE setup. So, skipping right to the punch line here is, I created a list. This is all the stuff I had to think about every time I set up a new system. After I installed LabVIEW and I got all the packages installed, I had to think about all of these things to get them on every single system. And I thought, you know, it'd be really cool if I could automate this. And although I'm not quite done figuring that part out of how to automate it, I decided to go through each of these. So, to tell you, quick drop keyboard shortcuts. If you didn't know, that's where they live. There's 2 places you can put them. How you can automate them? Well, you could do it through a VI PM, or you can do a direct copy and just kind of script it yourself. Okay, custom bookmark managers. There's where they live. So if you have custom bookmark managers, again, you could do a VI PM. I think you can do that with bookmark managers. I've never tried. And then, or a direct copy. Right-click plugins, that's where they live. So they can live in 2 different places as well. Or you can direct copy. All right, you've kind of seen the theme here. VI Analyzer custom tests. There's where they live. Templates, there's project templates, and then I hate the way the templates look to ship with LabVIEW for doing all of the accessors. And so I always go in and I override them and I change them and I fix them. And I get rid of that little note that says, pass the wire through. Okay, now here's a cool one. This is... So the last bit, the LabVIEW INI file. So if you go into the LabVIEW folder resource dialog, there's an LLB. Those files help you specifically read and write LabVIEW's INI file. And here's a list of some that I like, that I turn on or turn off or do whatever I need to do. If you saw my other presentation, you saw why the auto-resize scroll bar was important. If you want to know a list of these, there's a list of configuration file settings on the wiki. And let's see, some of the other ones, how much time do I have? 3 minutes, oh, I went through this a lot faster than I thought. So some of the fun ones that I like, let's see. Fancy front panel terminals. Does anyone know what that one does? Yep. What that does is turns off the icon view. Turns them into just the terminal view. Some of these are accessible through the options. Some of them are not. Let's see. What about
super secret private?
You know the super secret. Yeah, we'll talk about that one. There is stuff in there that's fun to play with, but just keep in mind it's just fun to play with. Or it's for add-on, IDE add-on stuff. That's safe to use some of those things. Don't use those things in your buildable applications. Turning on the scripting, if you want to turn on the scripting. Let's see. I am one of those few people that like the block diagram grid. I'll admit it. So I turn on the block diagram grid. All my coworkers make fun of me for it. I do. The bold, oh, this one's really cool. Fade to diagram beneath. If you ever wired anything underneath or have everything hidden underneath the structure, that actually shows it. It makes sure things semi-transparent so that you can see it. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, I am going to really quickly show something. I wasn't going to show it, but I'm going to show it anyway. As long as it'll come up quick enough. All right. So as far as the INI settings, one of the things that I created for my team is this LabVIEW INI setting chooser that just lets me do that. There it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there it is. And it runs and it uses those things that I said about in the link before and lets me set those things. Some things I set automatically. These things is part of our style guide, so we make you set those to something. These are optional, and so I give you the option to do those. So eventually, what's going to happen is I'm going to have one thing that you run, and it copies everything over, does everything I need, and then pops this up and says, okay, which settings do you want to choose? You hit OK, and now your system's all set up, and you have everything you need, and you're not missing anything. So that will come, and when I do it, I will share it with the community. So, okay, all right, thank you.